Hello and welcome to the latest audio edition of the blog Off Grid and Entertaining in Portugal from a wonderfully, mysteriously misty Valley of the Stars this morning. The sun just cutting through all the cloud which is burning off as the day is getting underway. This week, something a little bit different. I had a fabulous trip to the interior of the Alentejo, a 3-hour back trip to Vila Viçosa, which is where a new elephant sanctuary is being built. Basically, yes, after 30,000 years, elephants are returning to Portugal. And so I went for a story and did a piece for Radio 4's PM programme on the World Service. So if you stay tuned, I will introduce that very shortly. It's a huge old province, this Alentejo of ours. We have actually driven 4.5 hours one way and still been in Alentejo when we went up to Marvão to get ourselves some talhas, the big clay amphora pots that people here in Alentejo make wine in, as the Romans did 2,000 years ago, and as they've done in the town of Vila de Frades ever since. We're heading there next weekend for the annual opening of the talhas, which is when the wine that's been fermenting and sitting there since the grapes were picked is released, and everyone has a big party. Lots of cant alentejano, which is the traditional Alentejo style of singing, lots of local meats and cheeses and wines, and interesting winemakers from all over Portugal gathering for a fun annual get-together. So we're looking forward to that, and I shall report back. In the meantime, of course, do go on to the website because we've got lots of links and things to stories I've written about St. Martin's Day, which is November the 11th, and the various stories of how it's celebrated and marked in different parts of Europe, and also links to some of the stories I've done on elephants in the past and some of the stories we've been doing on wines and talhas wines and the podcast series that we've got. But for now, I'm going to I'm going to channel my inner Caroline Wyatt, who I think was presenting the PM programme yesterday, and she introduced me with the following line. Portugal attracts a lot of people retiring to the sunshine and the peace and quiet. But its new retirees are going to be on another scale. At least 30,000 years after elephants last lived in Portugal, pachyderms will be coming back to the rolling hills of the rural Alentejo, thanks to British conservationists. Alistair Leithhead has been to visit their new home. The last evidence of elephants in Portugal is a series of fossilised footprints discovered on this wild west coast of Alentejo. The tracks date back more than 30,000 years, just before the giant, straight-tusked elephants they belonged to went extinct. In 200 BC, elephants were shipped from North Africa to Iberia by Hannibal of Carthage, who marched them over the Alps to the edge of Rome. But now they're coming back to inland Alentejo, a couple of hours' drive from here, for a more peaceful existence.
It's a really beautiful site, actually. It used to be a cattle farm and a eucalyptus plantation, and we've spent the last 1 to 2 years basically trying to restore the biodiversity on site to get ready for elephants.
Kate Moore is giving me a tour of the new 400-hectare, 1,000-acre reserve.
And we've estimated the carrying capacity is between 20 and 30 elephants.
And this isn't just for creating a place for people to come and see elephants?
No, indeed. It's going to be closed to visitors, so we will have the odd open day for local communities, but no, this is all about the welfare of the elephants.
And where do they come from?
Zoos and circuses from across Europe.
Kate leads Pangea, a UK charity set up to find those elephants a peaceful place to retire.
Our first elephant is confirmed as an elephant from Belgium who's called Kariba. She was wild caught in Zimbabwe 40 years ago. She was shipped off to Germany and has spent the last 40 years in zoos in Belgium, Netherlands, Germany.
Fantastic. And then we just come to the top of a hill. It's a stunning view. You can see Spain from here, I think, can't you?
You can.
How did you choose this site? And was there a lot of competition from other sites in Europe? Because this is the first in Europe.
It's the first large-scale sanctuary in Europe. Yes, we looked across the whole of Europe. We did a feasibility study looking at all the different landscapes, and the reason we chose this one is gentle rolling hills, lots and lots of water, good diverse habitat, and also privacy.
And you think they'll settle in this environment?
I think they'll love it.
It's better than being in a zoo or being in a circus, that's for sure.
It is, it is.
Well, we might be in the middle of Portugal, but the landscape is very reminiscent of Africa. It's just the flat-topped acacia trees have been replaced by cork oak trees. And it's not difficult to imagine elephants wallowing in this little waterhole. The barn where the elephants can shelter is almost finished, and the giant Jurassic Park-style fences are being installed.
Basically, it's ready to receive the first elephants.
Graça Fonseca is on Pangea's board. As a former Portuguese Minister of Culture, she's passionate about the project.
First, because it's really a foreign investment that comes to Portugal not for tourism, but for a project that's about conservation. And I think that's why it is special and why it will put Portugal on the map.
What do you think people in the area here will think about elephants on the horizon?
They love it. One the first visits I did here, and we were passing through a really small cafe, and the lady was like, you are the persons that are going to bring the elephants. And we were, yeah, we are bringing elephants. Yes, I told all my neighbors here that the elephants were coming. They wouldn't believe me, but now they believe me. You are bringing the elephants. So, it's really interesting the way that the community here engaged with the project, because it's about, really? Elephants here?
Soon, these sounds of the African savannah will be coming to the Alentejo, as these amazing and intelligent animals adjust to their new home after a long time away. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to that story. It was a lot of fun going to see it, and I'm very keen to follow the progress when the first elephant comes early next year. And it's such a fascinating story. There's so many amazing stories that you can tell with wildlife in them. It was something I did when I was Africa correspondent, just telling stories of corruption, of population growth, of Chinese influence in Africa, crime. All these things can all be related to the way people treat wildlife all over the world. So let's hope that the elephants settle in when they arrive here in Alentejo. At the moment, we've been having a yoga retreat, staying in the Valley of the Stars this weekend, which seems to be going very well. They've been treated to these lovely views over the valley every morning as they've been doing their sun salutations. If you're interested in doing any kinds of retreats with us here, do get in touch. And also, come and see us. We're open. We're open at Christmas and New Year this year. And also for everyone who listens and reads the blog, there's a discount for the rest of November and the first half of December. Come and stay with us. Come and see what we're doing here. It would be lovely to see you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.